like I said, something new, something different. Definitely great.
It definitely is a shock that the recipes and the ingredients were selected by, a computer.
I'm James Bricione, and I'm the Director of Culinary Development here at the Institute of Culinary Education.
I'm Michael Asconis. I'm Creative Director at the Institute of Culinary Education.
As a chef, creativity, I think, is one of the most important things. So I think it's something that everybody strives for in their careers is to learn that skill of creativity and how to develop and cook new things.
The idea of creative computing is for machines and humans work together. In this case, for the machine to work with chefs to put together new recipes that has never been put together before.
So humans have trouble remembering or thinking about large data sets or large numbers of possibilities. Most professional chefs are good at reasoning about pairs of ingredients. Some of the best chefs can reason about 3 ingredients, but pretty much no human can reason about 4 ingredients. And that's where the power of the machine comes in.
Working with the system begins with designing the dish. We select first an ingredient that we find interesting or intriguing. We set up some parameters of the dish, what types of ingredients we want to include, and then we, spin the wheel and wait to see what comes out.
If you think about all the possible ingredients in the world to put together for food, there are quintillion possibilities.
So when you put in a key ingredient, the system will start to think about which ingredients often go well together. It'll start looking at regional cuisines, and it'll come up with these thousands or millions of ideas. And then that's where the psychology and chemistry comes into play. People often think of food as an art, but in fact there's a lot of underlying science. And what the machine does is it models both aspects. It understands the chemistry of the food, but also models human perception, and so it can predict what will be flavorful or not.
Tonight, the system gave us a Cuban lobster bouillabaisse to cook, which was a great challenge.
The few things that kind of interested me right away were the use of the squash. I'm sure I've had lobster with squash before, but not really in that sort of Latin context.
I feel pretty confident saying that we were the first 2 to ever create a Cuban lobster bouillabaisse.
It's the nature of humans to come up with new ideas and push new boundaries.
What we're doing is pushing computing to this whole new direction that people really haven't looked at too much. We're all familiar with search engines and how they can help us find things, but can a computer help you come up with things that have never existed before? That's what we're trying to do.
It forces you into new territory, working with ingredients in a way you never have before, and most likely that no one ever has before.
I had a long list of ingredients for Vietnamese apple kebab. I was expecting some of the usual suspects like fish sauce, chilies, lemongrass, and I got none of them. So it was an interesting challenge.
If you can help chefs be more creative, you can imagine other people who come up with new ideas, helping them be more creative.
Travel, application design, industrial design, fashion, retail, all of these industries will benefit from computational creativity.
I guess I was probably a little skeptical that the system could help me cook better, but now going through that process, you start to realize that maybe it's a really good thing that we're going down this road.